Hello everyone, welcome in today to the Coach KJ Carousel Dynasty. Today, your Florida Gators are going to be taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide, and this is a very important matchup. The winner of this game stands a chance at making it into the college football playoff, and they will likely represent the East in the SEC championship game. This will also be the first game of our new sliders. It's the first time I've adjusted them the entire series, and all I did was up the halfback ability, so that way we'll be able to juke and spin and be able to pull off some moves more consistently. Honestly, it's been one of the things that's most frustrating about the series for some of the viewers. I've seen it on comments for the videos. I have had a ton of feedback, so that's what I decided to do. There could be more in the future, but for now, this is it. As Jaden Norwood makes a 14-yard reception to begin our day. Looking at our skill starters, all the same. Luckily, we've been able to stay pretty healthy. We did lose Macario Dorba, but he's not a starter. He's more of a special teams guy right now, and like our fourth receiver, so that is a loss for us, but I think we'll be all right. Jaden Norwood's a really good player. As we go to Quantel Johnson on the ground, that's going to be a 7-yard gain. Right back to Quantel on second down, and he's going to get a first down, and he tries to juke. Hey, he was able to pick up 6, though. We'll take that. That's a good play to begin the day. Right back to the ground game once again, and we're trying to get it going. This time, they do bottle us up, but we're going to have to keep leaning into it. I know a team like Alabama's tough, so right back to Quantel, and second down does not go our way either. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long, and Ramsey's definitely going to have to pass here. We're not feeling any pressure, and we find an open Breland Brown for the first down. He's down to the 35-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain right there on 3rd and long. So screen pass to Quantel Johnson. He cuts it back inside. That was actually a nice play right there. We'll take that. So we're going to go out there, and we're going to throw a screen. Logan Houston has been pretty good at those, honestly. He's not the best receiver, but he is pretty good at getting the ball in his hands, and he can make some plays as we go to Quantel for a 4-yard rush right there. That's perfectly okay. Gayassi Blanks checks into the game. He gets hit right in the backfield, breaks the tackle, and falls ahead for 2. We'll take that. That could have been far worse. So on 3rd and 3, we actually go to the ground game, and Gayassi Blanks, who gets stood up and stopped right at the marker. So it's going to be 4th and 1, and we're going for it. Quantel's back in the game. First down, he jukes and gets a few more. It's going to be like 1st and 10 from about the 11-yard line, so we have to get down to the 1 as Blanks is back in the game. Jukes outside, breaks the tackle, and is down inside of the 5. That's going to be a 7-yard rush right there. Blanks remains in the game. It's triple option, though, and Ramsey, he did the smart thing and just held on to that and lost a yard. So 3rd and 4 now, Ramsey looking to pass. There's nobody open, and he threw it behind him. Luckily, I don't think that play was going to work regardless. So the Gators do end up settling for 3. Williams' kick is up and good. 3-0 Florida. And as you can see, Shane Cervenka is Alabama's quarterback. He is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. The NFL's very excited about him. He's been a little bit up and down this season, though. So we do have a chance at maybe bottling him up and stopping him. As we take a look at our starting defense, J.J. White and Norkeithius Moore are coming off excellent games last week. Nelson Loman up the middle, man. He's a beast. You gotta love the kid. Kewan Haas, Noah Anibagna, Makeel Wesley, Max Pierre, and Tyler Hayes have been pretty good on the back end. As you know, we have struggled some this season, but I will say our secondary, our corners have been pretty good. So it's 3rd and 4 already for Alabama. They're going to motion their tight end across, and Cervenka's looking to pass. He feels no pressure, and he checks it down to Lewis Jr. for the first down. That's going to be a 6-yard gain, keeping this drive going. As we look at injuries, Dana Garcia's out. Macario Dorba, partially torn MCL. He's out for the season. I told you it was a rough injury last week. So, unfortunately for us, that's a big one, and hopefully he can come back next season healthy and, his knee's strong. As that's Coleman breaking off a 31-yard play right there. What a big reception. He sets him up down at the 31-yard line as Shane Cervenka's going to tuck and run, and that one goes nowhere. It ends up being a sack for Chris McClellan. So 2nd and 11, 41 seconds left in the half. They motion another halfback in, and that's a Jagwoo going nowhere. That's a 2-yard gain. Kewan Haas made the tackle. So now they're backed up 3rd and 9, and we send a blitz, and Cervenka throws right at it. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. That's why the NFL's excited. Danny Lewis couldn't quite get the first down, though, as the first quarter comes to an end with the Florida Gators leading the Alabama Crimson Tide 3-0. Florida is only 2 positions behind Alabama in the rankings. Alabama's at 14, the Gators are at 16. But this is a monumental game as Alabama's kick is up and good. They're going to tie it up at 3 to begin the second quarter as Quantel Johnson gets a carry, jukes, and gets a bunch more. That's a 9-yard gain for the Gators. So 2nd and 1 now, and we're actually going to pass. I'm surprised that was the decision made by Coach KJ as he finds Logan Houston down the field making a good play. I thought that could have been picked, but it was just up and over the linebackers there. And Houston made a nice play with the ball in his hand as Quantel gets another carry, and this time they met him in the backfield. He couldn't break that tackle, so now it's 2nd and long in the Pistols. Ramsey, he's moving a little bit, and he checks it down underneath. David Hester gets a short gain. Unfortunately, it's still going to be 3rd and 8 as we have Guyassi Blanks in the game in pass protection, and we go down the field. That's Logan Houston. Man, he's been a beast today, as that's a 13-yard reception and a Gator first down. So Ramsey again passing. This time, though, there's pressure, and he drops the ball. That's recovered by Scott, who luckily gets tripped up on Khalif Ramsey. What a huge mistake that was. We were driving with a chance against Alabama. You cannot give the Crimson Tide any sort of momentum, especially because they still have Nick Saban as their head coach in this. It's not like real life where he retired. They're going to come out in the Wildcat, and it's Coleman pulling it, and he goes nowhere. He gets one. He broke a couple tackles, but he really did not make that play special at all. But they're going to go right back to Coleman, and he's going to get to the outside, and he gets north, and, you know, he picks up 7 yards there. That's a pretty solid play. So 3rd and 3 now. Crimson Tide looking to pass. Cervenka going down the field, and I don't know what happened there. There had to have been some sort of miscommunication. However, they decide to go for it, and they hand it off to a Jagwu. That's going to be one-on-one with Lohman, and that's Lohman winning that battle. The Gators are going to take over here, as that's a screen pass that's broken up to Breland Brown. It did not work at all. So 2nd and 10, right back to Quantel Johnson, who gets out wide. It looks like he has all sorts of space. He has a first down and more, and he tried to juke. That's okay. We're down to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a big carry. And we go right back to Quantel, and once again, he finds all sorts of space. This time up the middle, and that's going to be a 10-yard gain. Quantel remains in the game. I don't know how he's not out of breath yet as he gets another carry. He tried to spin there, but that one went for 6. And unfortunately, he got hurt. He probably should have come out of the game. Hopefully he's healthy. We cannot afford to be without him for long. As Guyassi Blanks checks in, and that's a screen to Brown. It didn't really work that well, honestly. It was a 2-yard gain. So 2nd and 8, Guyassi Blanks getting a carry. He's going to go up the middle, juke, and he's going to get nearly the first down there. That was a nice 7-yard rush. That's going to make it 3rd and 1. However, you can see Quantel has a bruised elbow, so we're going to leave him out until he's healthy. We go right back to Blanks, who jukes, and he finds a gap in the defense, and he goes up the middle for a nice gain, getting the first down, setting up a 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line for the Gators. Ramsey looking to pass, checks it down, but that just wasn't an accurate pass to our fullback there. So 2nd and goal. Drew Williams is in the game. He jukes, he cuts, and he's going to get us probably 3rd and goal from about the 1.5 yard line as we get Blanks is back in the game. He gets the carry, he jukes, touchdown Florida. They're going to take a 10-3 lead on Alabama. They're feeling pretty good with 1:18 left in the half. As long as they don't allow points to Alabama on this drive, they're going to feel really good going into halftime. Cervenka tucks, tries to run. He's bottled up, and down he goes. That's a huge play for this Gator defense. So 2nd and 14, Cervenka got a pass after being backed up, tucking. He had nowhere to go. That's going to be a sack by Chris McClellan, dropping him to a 3rd and 20. There's no way we allow points on this drive. We do let the clock run down, though, as Coleman gets a carry. That one goes nowhere. Adams got him down. 4th and 8. We're probably going to get the ball back. Let's see if we can do anything on this return. Honestly, I don't think we'll do anything on offense, as it's Ladarius Marlowe filling in for the injured Macario Dorbo. Marlowe cuts it to the outside, jukes. He gets up across midfield. That's a fantastic return and sets us up with a chance to get a 2-score lead heading into halftime now as we go down the field, and that should have been intercepted as we tried to hit our star tight end, Kyle Hinder. So 2nd and 10, down the field, that's Kyle Hinder, this time making the reception. That's a 19-yard pickup, and the Gators are in field goal range. They just got to be smart here with 9 seconds left in the half. They're going to the end zone. Hester, one-on-one, that's nearly intercepted. You can't do that. You got to play smarter. So 4 seconds left in the half. Don't love the decision here. They throw it away. 1 second left. Let's settle for 3. Williams' kick is going to be up and right down the middle. It'll be a 13-3 ball game as we head into halftime. Florida with a 2-score lead over the number 14 Alabama Crimson Tide. I tell you what, Coach KJ's got to be feeling pretty good. Let's take a look at some recruiting news, though, for this week. First up, we have Jonathan McNamara, 3-star quarterback. He committed to the Gators. He's the number 57 pocket passer. I don't know if we should expect much out of him, but the fact that we got a commitment from him is good. We need to keep adding to this quarterback class. I'm not sure if we'll be able to hold all 3 of these guys into the offseason. Taking a look at our stats, it's pretty impressive just how dominant the Gators have been. Coach KJ has an excellent plan on offense, and our defense has been performing pretty admirably, with only allowing 72 yards to the Crimson Tide. I mean, that's pretty amazing, honestly. Shane Cervenka's been held in check, and this Tide offense hasn't been able to get anything going. Florida's been definitely the better team today, and it looks like they might be cruising their way into a possible SEC East victory, as it's going to be Cervenka handing it off to Coleman to begin the second half for the Tide, and that play goes nowhere. That was blown up by Jared Wells. So 2nd and 7, Cervenka's got a pass, a drop back game. He goes to Lewis underneath. He picks up 4, but it's still 3rd and 3, which is kind of short, kind of medium in the middle there. Cervenka looking to pass, feeling pressure, checks it down, and Coleman is pushed out of bounds. That play goes nowhere. So 4th and 7, and the Tide have to punt. It's Ladarius Marlowe back on the return. He breaks the tackle. He's out to the 40. He's going to juke, get back out across the 50. This kid has been electric on returns. I thought Macario Dorba was good. Man, he has been fantastic. So the Gators with a 2-score lead take over past midfield, and what a catch by Jacob Hester. But they say he doesn't get his feet down, so that's going to be an incompletion. So on 2nd down, we go to Quantel Johnson, who jukes and goes for 7. He's been really good today, man, and it looks like changing the sliders definitely has affected just how good he can be. It lets him show off a little bit more of his natural ability. It was the right decision, and he's going to take that for a 1st down on a 4-yard gain there. So 1st and 10, Ramsey looking to pass. He checks it down. Kyle Hinder goes and drops the ball. Are you kidding me? You got to catch that, man. So 2nd and 10, back to Quantel Johnson, who jukes, and he's going to go for probably 7. Well, they give him 8, actually. That was a great run. So 3rd and short, Gassy blanks in the game. He breaks the tackle. He fights ahead, and that is another Gator 1st down. That's a 7-yard pickup. And as you can see, Alabama loses one of their D tackles, which could help us since we've been dominating them on the ground already. Blanks gets a carry. This one only goes for 2, though, so it's 2nd and 8. Quantel's back in the game, and we're going to go to Quantel, and this time he can't break any tackles, so it's just a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 5, still pretty manageable. Ramsey looking to pass. He goes down the middle of the field. Kyle Hinder gets the touchdown. That's a 16-yard play right there. That's a big moment for this offense and for this Gator team. They now have a 3-score lead over the Crimson Tide. This has been an impressive performance. Let's see if they can keep it up and close this one out as they're about midway through the 3rd quarter. Alabama's going to motion their receiver across the formation, and it looks like Lewis, actually, that was their tight end, and they throw it to the backside. That's Luke Capps going for 1 yard. That's a 1st down, and Alabama's now finally getting the ball moving here. Let's see if they can keep it going as they go to Devontae Coleman on the ground. He's going to break a tackle. He has a lot of space out to the right. That's going to be a 16-yard gain and gets Alabama up past midfield as Richards is in motion here, and they're going to run play action off of Coleman, and Cervenka drops it off underneath the Caps for an 8-yard gain. Alabama actually looks pretty good on offense on this drive as Cervenka is dropping back to pass, feeling pressure. He's going to tuck to run. This is something that he should have done more of, but he fumbled it. That's going to be Max Pierre picking it up. Florida's going to take over. They are dominating this one so far today. Keep in mind that Florida will not win the East with just a victory today over Alabama. They need to beat Alabama today, and then they need Alabama to lose to Auburn next week. So there's still a lot on the line for the Gators as Ramsey's looking to pass, and that was a tight window throw to David Hester for 16 yards and a Gator 1st down. I'll say this, the Gators are looking really good today as Ramsey's going to throw a screen out there to Hester that's blown up and read perfectly by this Bama defense. So they go to Williams on the ground on 2nd and 11, and that's a solid carry. He only goes for 2. So now it's 3rd and long. The Gators are going to have to pass. There you got 5 receivers in the game. Ramsey going down the field. That's Jaden Norwood dropping it. So now we got to punt the ball back to Alabama here. And that's Devontae Coleman going for a short gain, setting up a 2nd and long as it's going to be Coleman getting another carry, and he stiff arms a guy, but he had nowhere to go. Max Pierre couldn't get him down initially, but Lohman cleaned it up. So now it's 3rd and 8, and down the field goes Cervenka to Lewis Jr. Bama gets a 1st down the end of 3rd quarter. It's 20-3 Florida, but Florida definitely does not feel comfortable heading into the 4th quarter against a Nick Saban coached Alabama team. They need something to go their way here, like a turnover or a missed kick or something, because if they give up a touchdown on this drive, the Gators are really going to start sweating as Cervenka completes that to Betro down the middle of the field for a 17-yard gain and a Bama 1st down. Cervenka again looking to pass here. He has all day, no pressure on him at all, but that was nearly intercepted. Akil Wesley baited him there. That was a good play. I wish he would have picked it, though. So 2nd and long now. Cervenka across the middle of the field. Danny Lewis Jr. with another nice clutch 7-yard reception, setting up a short 3rd and 3 as they go to Coleman on the ground. I did not expect that, and he got the 1st down. I thought we stuffed him, but it doesn't happen. So Cervenka looking to pass here. A little bit of pressure getting in there on him, but he goes underneath the Kenkalolo, and that's going to be an 8-yard pickup, setting Alabama up with a great situation here on 2nd and 2 as Cervenka's looking to pass. He's going to tuck to run, and he actually has a lot of grass. He gets the 1st down and more. He cuts it to the middle, and he's down inside of the 10. That's probably going to be 1st and goal, but they actually call it 1st and 10 from the 10. So he goes out there to Kenkalongo, and he's going to throw a stiff arm, and he's going to end up just getting back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gaining 1. So now on 2nd down, they're going to go to the ground game, and that's Devontae Coleman hitting the backfield, and he's only going to go for 1. So now it's 3rd and 8 from about the 8.5-yard line. Cervenka looking to throw a screen to Coleman, and he's going to get hit immediately. He breaks out of there, but he goes for just 1. forcing Alabama to probably settle for 3 if they just want to make it a 2-score game, but they decide to go for it as Cervenka's looking to throw a screen. That's Coleman, hit and taken down by Chris McClellan. Our D-tackle read that perfectly. Florida takes over with 5 minutes left in this game, and they still possess a 3-score lead. Alabama really missed an opportunity there as Williams is going to take that for a 9-yard carry. Now they're going to give it to Marlowe, who finds all sorts of space up the middle, and that's an 11-yard gain, giving Florida a first down with just 4.5 minutes left in this game as they go back to Marlowe. He cuts it out wide, and he jukes, breaks a tackle, but it didn't go anywhere. He ends up picking up just 2. So now it's going to be 2nd and 8 with 4 minutes left. Marlowe's heading out in motion here. They're looking to pass. Ramsey feeling some pressure here, moving in the pocket. He's not very quick, but he is going to get the edge. He gets the first down. He's just got to get out of bounds. Oh, no, he fumbled it. That's Melton recovering it. He should have went out of bounds. What happened there, man? Can Wint get him down? And Wint does. But Alabama's set up with 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. They go to Coleman. Loman's going to get over there and take him down. That's just a 2-yard gain. So now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to go right back to Coleman. He's hit immediately in the backfield. Narkeithius Moore gets him down. 4th and 3rd and goal now from about the 5. Cervenka's going to have to pass. He's in the pocket feeling no pressure, but he decides to try to tuck and run, and he isn't going to get in. He got wrecked. Tyler Hayes takes him down. Big 4th and goal here as they're going to motion their tight end across the formation, and Cervenka's going to pass here, looking to the end zone, and that's a touchdown to Danny Lewis, their starting tight end. They're down by just 10 now, but there's only 2.5 minutes left in this game. Florida should be able to hold on as long as they recover this onside kick, and it just goes out of bounds, so we're okay. We're going to have pretty good field position. Alabama still has 3 timeouts, but it would take a miracle for them to end up winning this game as Johnson goes nowhere. He ends up losing a yard, bringing up a 2nd and 11, down to 2:15 left in the game, and that's Johnson getting another carry. He goes for just 3. So now on 3rd and 7, Alabama uses their 2nd timeout. Ramsey is going to pass. He goes underneath. That's Breland Brown making the reception. He doesn't get the first down, but we're going to go for it and give it to Quantel Johnson, and he just barely gets that first down, and this will end up sealing the game up for the Gators. They just got to run a little clock so that way they don't have to punt the ball back to Alabama at all, as Quantel's going to end up losing 2 on that play. We're down to 56 seconds left. We hand it off to Quantel again. He jukes back. He's going to get them yardage back. +1, I guess. They call it 3rd and 9. 13 seconds. We just decide, screw it. Let's hand it off. Quantel Johnson gets a nice little carry there. It goes for 6. It gives them some extra yards. But that's going to be your ball game. Florida is going to come out victorious against Alabama. This victory is going to keep their hopes of maybe winning the East alive. It'll take an Alabama loss against Auburn next week. But hey, we still have a chance. It's a slim one because Auburn's not a great team this season, but we have a chance. We're just happy to pull out this 20-10 victory over the Crimson Tide. It's tough to beat a team that's better than us, and this is probably one of the better victories of Coach KJ's career. He tends to lose to the teams that are better than him, so we'll take it. As Khalif Ramsey had a pretty solid day, going 14-23 for 135 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Quantel went 20 for 93. He didn't score, but Guyassi Blanks punched it in. We were not an explosive offense today, honestly. Our stats are pretty unimpressive. We're just happy to get the victory. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Even defensively, we didn't pile up a ton of big numbers. We just did everything we needed to do to win the game. Chris McClellan and Narkeithius Moore each had 2 TFLs. They also had our 3 sacks, 2 for McClellan, 1 for Moore. And then we didn't get any interceptions in this game, but that's okay. We don't always need a turnover to win. As Shane Cervenka honestly was efficient, but he didn't push the ball down the field at all, so I was pretty unimpressed by him. On the ground, Devontae Coleman did not do what he's done in years past. Alabama's typically had a fantastic running game against us. This year, we were able to bottle up Coleman, and that really helped us as a defense stay in control of this game, and it forced Shane Cervenka to have to throw, and he just didn't look comfortable throwing the ball down the field today. So that's a big win for our defense, and I'm really proud of how we played. At the end of the day, we just beat one of the better teams. They may be ranked only slightly ahead of us, and their record's not great, but their overall is superior to ours, so getting that victory matters. As we're going to go ahead and take a look at our Heisman standings. Cartavius Norton is in at number 1, followed by Jordan James at number 2, a halfback out of Oregon. 3 is Justin Martin, the QB at UCLA. 4 is Isaiah Carlisle, the Washington quarterback. And then at number 5, it's Devin Brown, the senior redshirt Ohio State quarterback. I'm pretty surprised that the halfbacks have really moved their way up the list here late in the season. It was dominated by quarterbacks all year right up until the end. Now let's take a look at our CFP rankings. Texas A&M is in at number 1, followed by Washington at number 2, TCU at 3, Michigan at 4, 5's Tennessee, 6 is Georgia, 7's Oregon, who just lost their first game of the season to Washington, 8 USC, 9 is Ohio State, 10 is Pittsburgh, 11 is USF, and 12 is Wisconsin. With that victory, we're at number 13, so a win against Florida State next week is going to be critical. We can get into the playoff if we can win out. That will require us to win our conference championship game as well, probably, but at the end of the day, all I care about is getting into the playoff. Granted, if we can get an Alabama loss, that'll help us out because then we have a chance to get an automatic qualifier. But even if we don't and we just win, handle business against an FSU team we're better than, we'll be okay and we might be able to back our way into the back end of this top 12 and get into the playoffs, which has been Coach KJ's goal, as we all know and expect. So we just got to handle business. Like I said, it's all in front of us. I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. Tell me what you think of the slider change down below. I think it helped out quite a bit. Have a great day, and I'm out.
Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink.